Welcome back, everybody. Today we got another Kevin Samuels classic. And trust me, this one goes left fast.
Hello, it's Michelle.
Okay, did we get it together yet?
Yeah, I'm here.
I think so.
Okay, so when I said at 45 years old, what is it that you would want from a man? Or what do you need right now? So I'm not even what do you need? Because if you have a 7 and a 9-year-old and you're a widow, what do you need from a man?
I need, stability and just a father figure for the kids.
Okay.
And there's also that whole not wanting to die alone type thing.
Okay, I get that. So, are you working?
Yes.
What do you do for a living? What's your profession?
A project manager.
Okay. So to deal with a woman with 2 children, did you say they were boys or a boy and a girl or what are they?
A boy and a girl.
So for anybody to come deal with a woman with children, the question in a man's mind is always, what is he going to get for that? This is the whole what do you bring to the table conversation.
Mm-hmm.
So what do you bring to the table? How do you make your situation? How do you make what you are appealing to the kind of man you want?
Well, I mean, there are plenty of men out there who have never had children in their 40s and 50s, and so maybe that might be appealing to them to sort of have an instant family.
Okay, Acuna. Acuna,
Yes, sir.
do
Yes.
you remember I asked you, are you improving yourself in ways that the men like you want? And I asked you, what do those guys want?
Mm-hmm.
Do you see how she couldn't answer that question? She just said there are guys out there who don't have kids. Maybe they'd like to have an instant family. No, they want. Most people want their own kids.
Okay.
The answer is you have no idea what you have to offer anybody, or I won't say you don't have any idea. It sounds like you have very little idea. It sounds like you know what you want. You want somebody to come help with you with these kids and help with these bills, and so you don't die alone. That's fine. But there's another human being who has an entire life. And what is it that they're going to get? Men don't want to just be used.
I hear that. I hear that. I think I'm an exciting, vibrant person who a lot of men might want to be around, like
Okay,
on a permanent type of basis.
so is that showing itself in your daily life?
Not in my daily life, no.
Then it's not the truth. You can believe you're an exciting, vibrant person, but if you are, you should have exciting, vibrant things going on. And men drawn to that excitement. This is a marketing question.
I hear you. I was gonna try to make an excuse about COVID, but
No, we can't make an excuse to a salesperson because people. I'm actively dating here in Atlanta. This is a marketing question. You have a product that you're trying to sell. Your product is used. It has and it's more expensive, and it's not the newest on the market. How do you sell that?
It's a classic. Like a classic car. That's why it costs more, because this type is just can't be had anymore.
Mm-hmm. Are you being serious?
Isn't that?
Are you being serious?
Yeah, I'm totally serious.
Okay. Acuna, what do you think about that? What do you think? What do you think the men in the market for a car would think about that?
I mean, we all know the men want a Ferrari, no matter how much they like a classic.
Well, first off, Michelle, you're assuming you're a classic. You're just older. That doesn't make you a classic. See, most classics don't have road miles. So if you went and got a classic like a classic Shelby Cobra or something, but if it had 700,000 miles on it, the value would be lower. What you're trying to do is you're trying to basically make it seem like what you have is hot and sexy, and it's not. I get it.
Well, you know what? This classic has been garage kept.
Right.
Okay,
Oh,
so
okay. Now
yeah,
you
I don't
can.
know what you're talking about. This
Well,
is a
well,
classic that
okay, well, how about here's the thing: you can have all the black girl sassy attitude. I hear you, but when was the last time you had somebody trying to take you out on a date?
last week.
Let me qualify a date. A date that requires reservations.
Oh, reservations. Oh no, that has not happened in some time.
So again, tell me about how your garage kept. I mean,
It's kept in the garage.
we're chuckling. We're chuckling, but I'm being dead ass serious. I'm listening to a
Well,
40.
I mean,
I'm listening to a 45-year-old woman, and you sound kind of like you're not really in reality.
uh, okay. I think I'm pretty well grounded in reality.
Okay.
Um, but as far as what my chances are in this marketplace of people,
And you're in what
yeah,
city you're in again?
I'm here with you in
Okay. Well,
Atlanta.
the chances are very low, and I'll tell you why they're very low. One, you don't even seem to understand that there are 17 plus women to every man here. That's number one. Number two, you are 45 years old. Unless you plan on dating men that are younger than you, the men in your generation, the men in your dating cohort are going to be me and baby boomers. The average age of a black man at death is 68. Most men who are in that 50 plus are not really trying to date women your age with children, especially if they have means. Let me just go ahead and hit you with the hard truth. Would you want the man you would want to be with? I'm assuming you would want him to make at least the amount of money you're making or more.
Yeah, that would be nice.
And how much are you
Definitely.
making?
Uh, like 55.
Okay, not a lot of money, but even at that, 55. Why would a guy who's 50 some odd years old in a city that's this competitive for women choose a woman with 2 children when he could deal with a 27-year-old with no kids, or a 25-year-old with no kids, or a 32-year-old with no kids?
That is a very good question.
Well,
Why
that's what
would
I'm
he do that?
He wouldn't. That's why I'm trying as nice and politely to try to get you to get to reality, but it's like you really seem to think you're hot shit.
I do.
But you're not. Boo, you're not.
Yeah. Well, what are your suggestions?
Well, I can't do anything.
Like, is every guy like
well,
off
first
the
off,
map for
no,
me?
well, number one, this is a call-in show. If you really want help, you're gonna have to pay for it and book some time, because the little bit I've talked to you, man, it's gonna take a lot of coaching. And you keep laughing. And let me say this story. Remember what I told you guys the other day? When you hear older women laugh, it's a tell. That's a psychological tell.
Oh, I remember you said that. Oh.
And
Well,
Akuna, if you don't want to end up in this position, find out what the men that you want. See, that's the problem. At 45, she doesn't know what men want. Men in general, much less the kind of men that she wants. And I don't know, the world has told you black women that all you gotta do is have a fat ass, and somebody will decide to wife you and stick you in the house somewhere and bring you diamonds. And that's not how it works. Every other group of women, on every other race of women, realize they got to eat mangoes for dinner and work out and run and stay fit and stay in shape and be competitive and cook, clean, sex on demand, keep it hot, da 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 da. But y'all, black women tend to think y'all are doing black men a favor by giving them some used vagina. No offense. It's not funny. It's not funny to me. It's not funny to me because you're 45 and a widow with 2 children, and you should be so much more on the ball for those kids and for your age. But you're talking like a high school girl.
How is that? What are you
I'm
talking
at the
about?
garage kept car and this and that, and I'm like, really?
Oh, you're the one who started talking in the metaphors.
Yeah, but I didn't go down that path, man. See, all right, let's take it back. The problem when you think you're something you're not, you tend to overlook what's in your area. You're overqualified, you're underqualified for what you want. And where'd you rank yourself?
An 8.
Right. And that picture is 10 years old. That's not an 8, ma'am. That's a 6. And that was 10 years ago.
That picture is a 6.
That's a 6. No kids, no adjustments, just your face. I haven't taken any points off for anything. I can't see anything but your face. You got a turtleneck. See, women who tend to have a nice physique tend to have their body showing.
That was like a model shot that was in a magazine.
So?
I think your standards are a little off.
Bish, who are you talking to?
I
I mean, seriously. It ain't my. No. See, now you've gone to the. Now you've gone there. I'm a professional image consultant. Who the hell are you? You're just a woman that think you're all that, and you're not. My standards are right where they need to be, and you can either accept what it is. Go look at your calendar. See how many princes and kings and earls and dukes are trying to take you out to dinner to require reservations. Because that's what a show enough 8 or 9 would have. You see what that just happened in the chat room? She thinks my standards are off. But the reality of your life has told you what you are. 55,
wow.
Widow, average looking at bit. 45, 55 don't really matter. Average.
Above average. Definitely.
I'm going to argue with this fool.
Gentlemen, this conversation gets uncomfortable fast. She's 45, a widow, has 2 children, works as a project manager, and says she's looking for stability, companionship, and a father figure for her kids. She also admits she doesn't want to die alone. And Kevin asks the question that changes the entire conversation. What do you bring to the table? That's where she struggles. She explains what she wants from a man. But when Kevin asks what a man would receive by choosing her, her answer becomes much less clear. And that's the lesson. When you're dating, you can't look at the relationship entirely from your own perspective. You may want stability. You may want companionship. You may want someone who accepts your children. You may want somebody who helps build your household. Those are legitimate desires. But the other person has desires too. What does he want? And more importantly, why would he choose you? That's the question Kevin keeps pushing. She describes herself as exciting and vibrant, but when Kevin asks whether that excitement is actually reflected in her daily life, she admits it isn't. And that's where his marketing analogy comes in. If you're presenting yourself to the dating market, you need to understand the product you're presenting and understand who you're competing with. Not because human beings are literally products, but because dating involves preferences, trade-offs, and competition. Then Kevin brings up her age, children, and Atlanta's dating environment. His argument is that she can't simply assume that because she wants a particular type of man, that man automatically has the same incentive to choose her. That's the uncomfortable part. Kevin's real message here isn't simply, "You're too old." It's, "Stop assuming your desired partner owes you an opportunity. Understand the market, understand yourself, and become honest about the value you're offering." That's a much harder lesson, but also a much more useful one. Subscribe, hit the notification bell, and tell me in the comments. When someone is looking for a partner, should they spend as much time thinking about what they offer as they do, thinking about what they want?